stop the sun from shining.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from Absolute Soul Secrets and I'm here with the Taurus October Horoscope. Well, it's a big month for everyone this month because there's something really terrific happening in the heavens, and that is that the four planets Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto are turning direct this month. So suddenly we're all going to start to feel like we're moving forward again in life. There's a big surge forward. There's an expansion in life. There's an opening up. If you're living in Australia, you may well hear about the government's opening up the economy and businesses reopening after lockdowns and things like that. That's been talked now for a little while, but it's actually happening more and more with these planets turning retrograde and turning direct. And Mercury turning direct means that we don't have to worry so much about miscommunications. It's important to remember what the planets mean. And so when they're going straight and they're on their path, there's more messages. You know, there's more going on with the internet. And with Jupiter, it's a social planet, so there's more socializing. There's more adventure in life. There's a sense of freedom, expansion, abundance, and even good luck with Jupiter. With Saturn turning direct, then we might find that there's more government interference or the interference from corporations coming through. When I say interference, it's just that they're more prominent. And with Pluto, it's the planet of life, death, and rebirth. So we might find, for example, some businesses, more businesses going belly up and changing their direction. Perhaps people close down a business to open up a new business. They give up on something to start something else. Maybe there's a product line, a new product line, or you tweak your business in some way. Business is very important. Doesn't matter what country you're in, but you know, small business is particularly important in Australia and unfortunately doesn't get much of a look-see in comparison to the big corporations who seem to be able to get their points across to the government, but small business not so much. Now, the other thing to note is that you might be feeling a little bit anxious or unsure just because of the amount of change that you've got to deal with. But on the flip side of that, it's also exciting. Now, terrific Taurus, I'll just talk about the areas of your life briefly that'll be affected. So your health and your everyday work and habits, your career or life direction, and that's the career that makes your heart sing. So you might find you give up one job to do a job that gives you more fulfillment, for example. Study and spirituality or connections with overseas countries are also more affected for you. There's a lovely minor grand trine, and this brings self-expression and creativity to your friends and associates, your higher mind, study and shared resources or intimacy. So this will be quite harmonious and smooth for you. And it seems like most of the areas of your life are working better than usual. Okay, do remember all things work for good. Mercury is in your 6th house of health, work, well-being and your everyday habits. So after the 18th and a little bit of shadow period after that, you'll find that miscommunications will be gradually declining, which is a good thing. Now let's have a look at the board, and the first thing I'll do is draw 2 tarot cards for you, which will be the theme cards for you for the month. Okay, so we'll have a look at that first, then your horoscope. Oh, cards are flying out. Then your horoscope, and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end. If you're new, subscribe and be alive. Hit that notification bell right now. Okay, wow, these cards, I just did Aries, I didn't have this problem. These cards are sort of all over the show. Closing my eyes, I see the colour green, expansion, opportunity. This goes with all of these planets turning direct, growth. Maybe you're thinking about planting or gardening or something like that as well, or growing various areas of your life in some way. The card that comes up is the Two of Wands. This comes up a lot, doesn't it, this card? And you'll see here there's a stone fence or a stone wall, and there's a gap. This is all about you stepping out of restrictions. Okay, so it does indicate growth because she can step out of this walled enclosure that she's been in for a little while. She needs to take action though to do it, and because she's wearing blue, it's all about self-expression. The world is up here. Just a reminder that there is a big wide world out there. And, you know, it may come to the point where you desire to travel, and at some point you will be able to. If you're in Australia, overseas travel is extremely limited until probably mid-2022, but it is coming. Won't happen overnight, but freedom and liberation is coming in stages. All right, let's look at the second card for you and see what we can see. Terrific, Taurus, before I look at your horoscope in depth. Alrighty, alright, that one's upside down. We don't do that. But closing my eyes now, what do I see? I'm going to go with this card, seeing it sort of jumped out at me. Okay, news. I see, remember in the old days, the new newspapers coming out, extra in the morning. Extra was more in the afternoon, so they put out the morning papers and then they'd have extra news in the afternoon. So there's something that you know about, but there's some additional information to come this month in October. Again, it's probably not a great time to surge ahead, even if you're feeling like going to start a new business or do something new. You want to do your planning first because there's some sort of change. Okay, I see a sword. They're saying analyze and dissect. Okay, think about it logically before you just race out and give up your day job. The card is the Two of Pentacles. This is really what you have to think logically about, and it's your finances. This says that during the month of October, finances are going to be on your mind. Doesn't necessarily indicate whether that's positive or negative, but, you know, I'm an optimistic person. And because of the green here, I see growth. And that makes me think that there's a chance, you know, or opportunities coming up for you to grow your finances in October, should you choose to. You may be growing it in a different way, not what you expected to do, but money is money. Hey. Alrighty, so there are your two cards. I said Two of Pentacles there. Is that right? I just can't see properly. Yes, it is. Two of Pentacles, right? So we've got two twos. Twos are a movement away from the number one, and this is sharing your life, considering other people when it's a two. Okay, so another person involved perhaps. Alrighty, let's have a look at your horoscope now in depth, and we're going to make this bigger. Do bear those cards in mind. Okay, Pluto, Venus, Neptune, minor grand trine, which is right here, which is lovely. So it's a bit hard to see because there's so much going on. But we have Neptune here in your 11th house in Pisces. So perhaps those friends or associates of yours that you have a spiritual bond with will become more important in some way. Pluto here in your 9th house in Capricorn, very real physical effects of a rebirth to do with perhaps overseas connections or study. Maybe you go back to study something that you used to study in the past, or your higher mind, or a rebirth in spirituality. Your spiritual life becomes more important to you. And the other leg of the minor grand trine here is Venus in Scorpio in your 7th house of partnerships. This is beautiful if you're married or you have a special person in your life. It's also great, though, for any sort of partnership, even if it's a business partnership, okay? Especially Venus in Scorpio could bring up some highly charged romantic situations because Scorpio likes to go very, very deep into things, and then Venus moves into the 8th house, which is all about intimacy, okay? So your partnerships are likely to be quite blessed, okay? A lot of energy here in your everyday work and health zone as well. New beginnings, comfort. If you have a niggly sort of health problem, you might find it improves in October, because there's just so much energy here, especially with Mars there as well. You could be very motivated to improve your health in some way. All right, so let's go to your horoscope now in depth. 30th of September to the 3rd of October, Mars conjuncts Mars. This is likely to give you a lot of energy to strike out on your own and be more independent. You could be feeling more powerful or confident in some way. Maybe you have more courage to take a risk than usual. Channel your abundant energy into decisive action, okay? But do watch for anger and irritability. 29th of September to the 3rd of October, Venus conjuncts Venus. This is a really lovely sort of energy, and you could be feeling particularly like your life is going smoothly, and you have that Venusian glow that attracts people into your orbit. And so it's a time of peace and harmony and beauty. The 6th of the month sees the new moon in your 6th house here, and you may need to put your feelings on hold a little bit while you attend to practical considerations. But it is time to take care of your immediate responsibilities, particularly your health and situations that arise at work. And self-improvement is indicated here. Somehow, you might want to improve your daily habits or routine. 6th of October to the 5th of November sees Venus going into your 8th house here. Financial or business affairs are favoured. You could also meet a benefactor through friends or a social atmosphere. You're likely to get both the financial backing and emotional support that you need. On a personal level, intimate relationships are intensified. Either you or your partner want a deeper union, which is lovely. 3rd of October to the 23rd of October, Mercury conjuncts Mars. You're likely to come to a very clear, definite decision about something, and you'll speak up. But you may not be in a very conciliatory mood, and do watch that you don't stir the controversial pot too much. And you could speak or act in haste, so do watch that. 14th of October to the 22nd of October, Mercury opposition Chiron. So you'll be thinking again about your health and your well-being. Do be a bit cautious. Your mind could be preoccupied with sort of irritations and minor worries, and especially while Mercury is retrograde up until the 18th, plus the few days shadow after that, shadow period. Past things may come back. Something from the past, your school, the friends you used to have, an ex-lover, an old lover, if they could come back into your life. So if an ex-lover does come back, remember why they're an ex. Okay, try not to be too forceful when you speak, because miscommunications can happen during this time. 20th of October sees a full moon here in your sign. It's here with Uranus actually, so you could be feeling more perceptive and sensitive than usual. You might find that you're a little bit more psychic or intuitive, and that you're picking up feelings and emotional currents of people around you. It's a good idea if you can be at home and stay in a comfortable situation, because the full moon likes privacy. And the other thing is, because of that, you might not be feeling very analytical or objective, okay? And so you react from past habit rather than really thinking logically about what the best course of action is. 14th of October to the 22nd of October, and we see Mercury conjuncting Mars, and you're likely to come to a very clear, definite decision about something. You let people know exactly what you want. It's probably best if you don't act quickly. Try and slow down, because you could be thinking about. I've actually already said this. Isn't it amazing? I'm saying it again. Must be a reason. I've typed it out twice here. So don't be too impulsive. 20th of October to the 23rd sees Mars squaring Pluto. This gives you a lot of strength and power for achievement. You want control over your life. Do watch that, you don't take it too far. You don't want to be too forceful. Because freedom is really important to you now, and you're looking for freedom and liberation, especially with this card here. You want to get out of this restriction. So, try to compromise with people where you can, but don't compromise your own self too much either. The other side of this is you don't want to push yourself too hard. You might be very keen to get something done, and you overwork, or you keep pushing, or you do too much exercise. You overdo something. So watch that. 21st of October to the 21st of November, Sun moves into your 7th house here, which is fabulous for marriage, partnerships, and one-on-one relationships generally. And you might find that you're feeling very cooperative with other people, and the emphasis is on we rather than me. You don't want to be alone at the moment, so you may seek companionship and the counsel of others, okay? If you do have problems with some area of life, it's a great time to seek the advice of a counsellor or a consultant, someone with an objective point of view. 28th of October to the 31st of October, Mars opposition ascendant. Now, with this also gives you a lot of sort of power, willpower, that you want to get ahead, and you could be feeling a bit ambitious and competitive. Do watch for conflicts over power and dominance. And as I said, where you can compromise without compromising yourself, do that. Compromise on the small things. There could be disputes with close partners, such as your husband or wife, or business partners now. So watch that. But on the upside, you may boldly take the initiative to pursue someone that you want to be with, and if you come on strong to this person, they just might love it. 28th of October to the 13th of December, Mars moves into your 7th house here, which is great for getting things done, a lot of activity, a lot of energy, but harmony in your relationships is important too. So same advice, compromise on the small things where you can. On the upside, it could make you feel more passionate, and maybe you desire somebody more than usual, so that might be a good thing. 15th of October to the 20th of February 2022, Chiron opposition Sun. Okay, so you might find something from the past comes back, like a wound. You're reminded of some difficulty from the past, and that could be in either your work or your personal situation. There could be some sort of event or a confrontation where you're challenged, so do watch for that. It'll only probably happen if you push things too hard. If you can maintain sort of balance between your own needs and the needs of other people, then there doesn't need to be any sort of argument or anything like that. It's just a matter of maintaining balance. You're ruled by Venus, Taurians, so you should be able to do that. Yeah. This is a time where you let go of old patterns of behaviour, so it does have its upside. You readjust them and you find something that works better in your life where you were before. Okay, so that's your horoscope. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and see what I can see for you in the month of October for terrific Taurians. Okay, it's like the end of an era. I see a horizon here, the sun going down, and it's twilight just before dark. I see all the pinks and purples in the sky, and the darkness sort of behind me. And so this says it's the end of an era, and tomorrow is a new day. I see a dragonfly here that has all sorts of associations with spirituality and also intuition. And I feel like I see the little wings sort of, buzzing around and flapping and all that sort of thing. So I really do believe this month you're going to let go of some patterns that really don't serve you anymore. And tomorrow's a new day, so there's going to be new beginnings coming your way. Are you doing something with your hair? Getting your hair chopped? Having a haircut? There could be a new hairstyle coming this month. Also, there's something going on with my teeth. And these teeth are to do with developmental patterns from your childhood, things that happen in your childhood that come back for more attention, okay? But, of course, if you have any dental work that you need to do, better go and do it. Okay, strawberries, berries, blackberries, purple sort of berries, all of these sorts of things are really good if you can get your hands on those. The purple and red vegetables and fruits they're talking about in the background. So if you're going to do some sort of diet improvement, add those into your diet. Okay, anything else for Taurus? Is something about putting your hand out, reaching out. Okay, reaching out. It's a time to reach out to people, especially from your past. This month, and especially if there's something that was, if there's unfinished business that was never dealt with, okay, you can offer an olive branch, or they may offer an olive branch to you, so you can finish something up from the past and move forward. Okay, so that's it, Taurus. I hope this is useful for you. Please leave a like, a comment, or share on your socials. That would be fabulous. I'd really appreciate that. Have a wonderful month, everybody. If you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay, I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.